Okay, so for this week's, we are now on week 5 of our Japanese learning journey. This week's goals are 1, to read 20 more children's Japanese books. 2, to memorize 100 more Japanese words. And 3, to keep adding music to our playlist. Link in the description if you want it. Let's see how we do this week. I'm curious to see if my Japanese feels better by the end of the week. So we'll see how we do. We are on day 2 of week 5 of learning Japanese. I think I'm going to finish the 100 words, so finishing the N5 section of the kanji pretty quickly. I've been going through them and they're all like this. So they're just counting. So it's like for general counting. So it'd be hitosu, butasu, mitsu, yotsu, itsutsu, mutsu. And these are all counting. So like it's just like counting people, counting months, and then there's another one for like counting long, thin objects. So Japanese is so funny. It's so different than English. But yeah, so we're on day 2, doing good so far. And the nice thing is once I finish this, I'll really be able to shift my focus to reading. And by the way, I was reading this morning 2 more children's books. And in one of the books, I fully understood like 2 sentences. One was like Ohayo gozaimasu, which just means good morning. So that was easy. And the next one was like I put the blanket in or something like that. It was a really simple sentence. But it's, progress. I understood 2 sentences today rather than just 1 last week at the end of the week. So yeah, we're making progress. We're gonna keep going. Day 2, been good so far. Alrighty, we are on day 3 of our Japanese learning journey of week 5. And I read 2 children's books this morning and I learned some more words this morning. I think I'll be able to finish out the rest of the N5 words pretty soon. Also, something really cool I made today is I made this. So and I wrote a little Japanese on the front of it. It says, Kami ni makaseru hako, which means the God, or if I was reading it, translating it to English, it basically means the box where I entrust things to God. So, because recently I've been really nervous about the future, just trying to figure out what I'm going to do for work next year in Guam. What am I going to do during the summer? So I've been stressing out a lot about that. But rather than like dwelling on it and kind of having like negative racing thoughts, instead I decided to make this so I could put my worries and my fears in it. It's just like a symbolic thing. And whenever I'm stressing out about something that's out of my control, I could just put in, like on a Post-it note, I put it into the box and I say, you know what? I'm nervous about this, God. There's nothing I can do about it. So there's no point in me worrying about it. So I'm going to give it to you. And I put it in the box. And that way, if I want to worry about it again, then I could take it out and say, you know what, God, I'm taking this from your hands. I can't trust you. Or I could just give it to God. So it's like a symbolic gesture of that. So yeah, that was a cool thing I did today. But other than that, Japanese journey has been really good. I finished all the kanji in the N5 section. So now I can fully focus on reading the 20 books, which I'm doing, and I'm going to start doing. And recently I've just been reviewing the words. But we're chugging along. I'm learning the words. As I'm reviewing them, I realized the older words from like a couple weeks ago or last week, they didn't really click in. So a lot of them I forgot. But I'm remembering them by reviewing them right now. So this is good. Just going to keep practicing and reviewing. And that's day 4. I'm whispering because my daughter's asleep in the next room and I don't want to wake her up. But I did it. I read 100 books. I learned 100 words and I read 20 children's books. I did it. Thank you. You're too kind. Stop it. But now that I'm at the end of the week, I was asking ChatGPT and I was like, hey, I remember when I was trying to learn Spanish, because I didn't learn Spanish from like home. I like learned it on my own. And I took 2-3 years in high school and I didn't really learn that much. I took some classes. I took like 1 class in college and I didn't learn that much. And that's why I was kind of frustrated with it. But when I tried learning Spanish by myself, just like reading on myself, and I used to read the Bible with my dad every day, like a chapter in Spanish every day. And there was like a lot of words I didn't know, and I would ask, and then we'd practice talking a little bit for like a year. And then after that, my Spanish got to a level to where I could like watch YouTube videos and I could watch shows without stressing out too much. Like I knew majority of the words, so I could understand what was happening. And I would also be like looking them up, and any words I didn't know I'd write in a notebook. So I wasn't like doing Anki cards or anything like that, but I really enjoyed the process of learning Spanish, even to the point of where like at my last job I was I was just like listening to like a Spanish podcast for like an hour a day, and my Spanish was growing tremendously. I was even did like a Spanish club at my old work. So I was asking ChatGPT, and I was like, hey, how can I get to that point with Japanese? Like I want to get to the point where it becomes fun and where I can understand what I'm reading. And it said that's around like the 2,000 word mark, like 1,500, 2,000 word mark. So I think that's a good goal. The app that I have right now, it has 5,000 words in total. So getting halfway through it, so finishing because I'm on N5, just finished N5. N4 is next week. And then after N4, N3. So maybe N2 would be a good goal, or N3. Finishing N3 would be like a big goal. But yeah, we're keep chugging along. I can't believe I learned this much Japanese in 5 weeks. I'm excited to keep learning, keep growing. Thank you guys for being part of the journey.